Good morning. It's 10:30 a.m. I'm starting my working day with the coffee. It's funny, I watch several people who inspire me, like Gary Vaynerchuk. I feel like he's my mentor. Mirek Burnejko, who is inspiring me with his way of life and way of doing business. And for example, Maciej Anicerowicz, who is a programmer doing a daily vlog, but he's always showing how he's waking up at 5 and starting his day. So I like to believe that I am inspired by them, but one thing that I'm not inspired by them is waking up at 5 a.m. This is just not my thing. So 10 a.m. starting the working day should be good. So if you're watching my videos, for whatever reason you might be watching this, I'm not the best organized person in the world, and probably I'm not someone to get inspired from about being organized. I was asked this question during the last Programmister conference. There was this question to the whole discussion panel. There were 4 of us. I was hoping that I can somehow skip this question, because the question was like how we do so many things while doing, how do we get so organized? And I'm totally not. You see, I'm starting my day very late. Usually it means I'm shifted to the night. I like working nights, and I think it's fine for me. I'm also not using really the getting things done methodology. I was trying to use it for many years or months. I'm not sure. I read the books. I think I'm one of those rare people who are not really single-tasked. And I know there are some scientific researches and so on that people are single-tasked and multitasking doesn't work. And I read this stuff and then I go back and I'm more productive when I'm multitasking. I just can't explain that. But I do have sometimes some experiments with using some tools like Nozbe, or recently I've been using Todoist. I just treat Todoist as this huge backlog of things. I try to avoid situations where I have to do something for today, because if it's not done, then there will be a real drama happening. So I try to have those backlog of things, and overall I try to go through things. I really like this option with Todoist, where I assign things to today, or it somehow gets assigned automatically, I'm not sure. And obviously I don't do most of them, because I do several others. And then I can click the button called Overschedule, I think, and it magically chooses maybe some AI involved, chooses a list of things for today. And somehow I prefer working this way. It's not I'm trusting Todoist, but given the big backlog, I just see, okay, so from this list that was assigned to me for today, I can choose whichever I prefer, whichever it sounds like most sense for today for me, and I have the right flow, and I choose some of them and just do many of them at once. That's how it works for me. Right, am I doing always multitasking? Of course not. I'm multitasking all the tasks which are like writing emails, even preparing offers, communicating on Slack, preparing the status situation, to see for myself how things are going in the company. But there are 2 main activities in my life which I'm obviously not multitasking. When it comes to the professional life, it's coding. I try to prepare situations where I have maybe even not long sessions of coding, but definitely sessions where I'm not interrupted. They require some focus. However, this deserves some thinking. Many of the coding activities are actually quite simple. The ones which require deep focus are the ones where the design is overcomplicated, or there is some legacy code base, or something that is just complicated, even though maybe the design could be better. So that's one activity, coding of complicated stuff. Because if I'm coding some super simple stuff, I'm still able. I know that may sound weird for single tasking people, but I am able to code and talk on Slack and read some stuff and listen to music, for example. That's fine for me. Another activity which is more from my hobby, it's about chess. When I train, I only do training. I can listen to music, but I rarely do that. But I'm not multitasking. This chess requires a lot more focus to me than coding and than the business stuff. I think chess is this part of my life which actually teaches me about deep focus. If you look at the chess position right now in front of me, and that's the situation I have on the tournament, and this requires like very deep analysis, very deep calculations. I need to be focused perfectly well, and to me it's only can be compared to very complicated but mostly legacy code bases. So mostly things which are complicated, but they are complicated artificially. They wouldn't have to be complicated overall. So for example, the business is more or less simple, it's just the coding part made complicated. So those are obviously there is more activities like which are single tasking to me, but overall I think I'm very good at multitasking other things. That's my natural way. So I'm not judging other people. I'm not saying everyone should be multitasking. It's just I sometimes see this. It's not popular for people to admit they feel better with multitasking. And my second secret, it's not, which I mentioned before, it's usually not that cool nowadays to say I'm starting my day late. Usually it's more of to be proud. I woke up at 5 a.m., I woke up at 4 a.m. For me, this is just not working. Sometimes I do have those periods of time, months, where I wake up at 7, but that's usually not my natural way of living, I think. So those two secrets. Thanks for watching.